Hello, and welcome to another episode of Bulldog Profiles. I am your host, Kylie Lindquist, Assistant Principal of Curriculum and Instruction here at RB, and I am very excited to be back in Studio A of RB TV, interviewing some of our new teachers and staff members for the 21-22 school year. And I am very excited to have with me Miss Katelyn Thurnall. Katelyn, thank you for joining me today.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
So, the purpose of Bulldog Profiles is to give our viewing community an opportunity to get to know some of our new teachers and staff. And you are one of my very exciting hires this year. I'm super excited about this kind of group of new teachers that have come in with us. And so I want to give you an opportunity to tell us who you are and what department you teach for here in the building and what are some of the courses that you teach here at RB.
Sure. So my name is Katelyn Thurnall. I'm coming to you guys from Lisle High School. Currently, I am teaching world history to freshmen and psychology to sophomores through seniors.
So a member of our social science department.
Correct.
And what was the thing that you were most excited about teaching when you came to RB?
So I was incredibly excited about the psychology opening.
Yes.
Because those are hard to come by.
Yes.
And psychology is the social science that I am most passionate about.
Yes.
I love all social studies, but psychology is just such a unique discipline. And kids really, really enjoy it because you don't usually get any form of psychology in a traditional high school trajectory.
Yes, absolutely.
And it's just so fun to teach.
So when you went into education yourself, when you started college after graduating high school, did you always know that you wanted to pursue education? Was there ever a moment that you kind of switched your mind, or what was your college path look like?
Sure. So I decided that I wanted to be a teacher when I was 12.
Okay.
I was in 7th grade.
It's a very specific moment.
Yes.
Okay.
And I remember the exact moment that it happened. I had a classmate who was struggling with an assignment. I was asked to help her, and I helped her kind of, have that aha moment.
Yeah.
And that was just such a cool feeling. I really, really loved that feeling of like seeing her face light up, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, I got it. I understand." And I was like, "This is pretty cool." And teachers do this every day. I want to do this every day. I initially wanted to teach English because of that experiment.
A woman after my own heart. I too was an English teacher. Okay, I'll try not to take it personally that you went a different direction.
However, once I got to high school and I took my first English honors course, I decided that if I didn't want to read the books in my regular English course, I probably wouldn't want to read them to teach them.
Fair enough. I'll give you that.
So I went with the next best thing, which was history. My family has a really robust history, and it was always something that fascinated me, so I went that route and carried that all throughout college. I had a little bit of an existential crisis upon graduating college.
Okay.
As a lot of people do, because
Yes.
you get thrown into the world expected to find a full-time job.
Yes.
So I briefly played around with going to get my master's and doing academic advising at the post-secondary level, but teaching just kept calling me back.
Teaching has a way of doing just that,
Yes.
right? It gets into your craw. Okay, so when did you develop the love for teaching psychology in particular?
So psychology is something that I've always been fascinated by, and I think everybody is fascinated by it in some degree. They might just not be able to put a name to it. Just human behavior, how the mind functions. I think a pretty common one is crime.
Yes.
People are very interested in the psychology of crime, and that was me. So when I got to college and I had the opportunity to take AP Psychology my senior year, I jumped on it right away. It helped that my bowling coach was the teacher, so I was like, I already know her. I know I'm going to like the class, and I read that textbook cover to cover like a genuine nerd, and I loved it. It was fantastic, and that love just continued to grow.
Absolutely.
Throughout college.
So you've hinted at a couple of things maybe that define you a little bit as a person outside of teaching. I heard a little bit about bowling.
Yes.
Tell me about that.
So I have a long background with bowling.
Yes.
My dad was a bowler.
Okay.
He started bowling when he was 18 or something. He's in his mid-60s now, still bowling. So everybody in my family bowls.
Yes.
I started bowling when I learned how to walk. I have pictures of me in little corduroy overalls, about yay high. And I just bowled all throughout my life on leagues. And then when I got into high school, I joined our bowling team. And yeah, it was just a really great way to, make friends in high school. And
Did you bowl in college at all?
A little bit,
all
yeah.
Right, nice.
About a season and a half.
Yeah.
Because eventually the education classes caught up with me.
Sure.
It was a lot of work.
Sure.
But one of my long-term career goals is starting a bowling team. I would love to coach a bowling team.
Ooh, RB does not have a bowling team.
They do not, yes.
Oh, I could see something future on the horizon.
Yes. So that is a goal. It might be a lofty goal, but you never know. It's good to have lofty goals.
Yeah, it is good to have lofty goals.
Yeah.
So what has been the most exciting thing for you about joining the faculty here at RB?
So something I was really excited about early on was just the vision that the social science department had for how we should teach social science. Particularly focusing on how do we reach all students. That is something I'm really passionate about, is how do I help the kid who has never seen themselves in a social studies course see themselves and understand that they had a role in history. So I was particularly excited about the new world history curriculum and how it is a genuine world history curriculum. And I thought it was really cool that kids are able to, see themselves in the content.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So what are some of the things that you like to do to kind of feed your soul? As a teacher, teachers give a lot to their jobs, right? So what kind of things do you do outside of school to kind of keep you going, to keep you a happy, well-adjusted person so that you can come to school every day and teach kids?
Yes. I play a lot of video games.
Nice. What's your favorite?
Oh gosh,
That's
I would
hard,
say
right?
Probably the Assassin's Creed franchise.
Okay.
And anyone who has played Assassin's Creed knows that it's history-based.
Yes.
All of the stories are based on actual historical events.
So there we go.
It ties in.
Yes.
Also, Animal Crossing and Stardew Valley, things like that, where you're creating something, and just there's flexibility to be creative. So I play video games probably a little too much.
Doesn't everyone who plays video games do that a little too much, right?
Yes, but it's a good way for me to kind of unwind. I tell my kids all the time, I don't like people enough to constantly be around people.
Yes.
Like I give all my energy to my kids during the week, and then on the weekends I want to go play video games quietly. I want to go on a quiet walk in a forest preserve, things like that.
Deprogram a little bit, right?
Yes.
Have some of that quiet time.
Yes.
So what are you most excited for as you think about being a teacher at RB moving forward? What are you most excited about? I know it's November now. You're new, right? Some of the jitters come that first year, but what are you hoping for on the horizon once you aren't a new teacher anymore? What do you really want to grasp onto here at RB?
Yeah. So I would love to, once I kind of have my sea legs, get involved a lot more.
Yes.
I did do a little bit with swim meets in the fall. But I would love more opportunities to kind of get out, show my face.
Absolutely.
Once I have a little bit more time.
Yes.
That's not spent planning.
Yes, absolutely.
And then I would also love to see the psychology program continue to grow.
Absolutely.
I know it's grown so much already, thanks to Miss Iola, but I'd love to see that continue to grow.
Yes.
I would love for every high schooler who is interested in psychology to take it and to love it.
Yes, and I've observed your class in psychology. It's a fun time. I enjoyed myself when I was in there. So Katelyn, I really appreciate you being here with me. Social Studies Department, World History teacher, psychology teacher. You sponsor something.
Yes, RBGSA.
All right,
Yes.
the RBGSA, the Gay Straight Alliance. You are a co-sponsor of that with Ms. Marquez.
Correct.
I believe, yes. So already a great member of the RB family, well involved and on your way to making even more of an impact than you already have.
Thank you.
It's been awesome chatting with you.
Yes, you as well.
See, it wasn't too bad, right?
Not bad at all.
Not bad at all. RBTV is the best place to be.
Excellent.
Thank you so much for joining us on this episode of Bulldog Profiles. We hope to see you again soon.